See you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice lunch.
So, okay, it seems that now it's 2 p.m. So let's start with this new session in our workshop. Now will be a roundtable with 5 different companies that will talk about the challenges and technological solutions that are applying in agriculture. And our first speakers, it's Dr. Ali Akbar from AgriWatch, a company based in the Netherlands. And he will give us a conference entitled Assist Farmers Precision in Agriculture Under New Climate Conditions, Practical Insights. So Dr. Ali Akbar, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Albert. Good afternoon. I will try to share. First, share my screen. Okay. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, we are seeing.
Full screen?
Full screen.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to share with you some of our practical experience about our internship project here in Netherlands. And the title of my presentation, as you can see, is How to Assist Farmers in Precision Agriculture Under New Climate Conditions. Practical insights, as this is related to our current student internship project together with Saxion University of Applied Science here located in Enschede. And we are together developing a sort of knowledge portal for an agricultural management support system in Twente region using satellite and drone images for a changing climate changing climate with an effects on such as drought and water management. So in this presentation, first I will introduce AgriWatch and then focus more in this practical training and experience related to this internship project. AgriWatch was founded by a group of University of Twente alumni, which is also with ITC faculty, which is a faculty in University of Twente, which was an international institute for geoinformation science and Earth observation. We are strongly connected to ITC. And we are interested in the application of remote and local sensing data collected for precision agriculture. So using geospatial technology for smart farming or precision agriculture, as was discussed thoroughly this morning. And for the monitoring of the crops, most of the data will be coming from remote sensing, such as drones, ground sensor data, as well as the satellite data, and processed to various levels of relevant parameters to assist farmers. Our market segment is related, as I mentioned, remote and local sensing data to manage site-specific crop issues And our goal is to empower farmers to make informed decisions in a fast-changing environment. In precision agriculture, as was also defined this morning and mentioned in almost all of the presentations this morning, our business operation in AgriWatch also start in precision agriculture start or end at the farm level, at the field level, zone levels, as well as crop levels. So mostly we are interested to map out the variation at the field level. So that is our, let's say, focus. And we are defining or focusing in a number of solutions and services for monitoring crops, for example, using remote and local sensing data in order to also be able to predict and estimate crop condition assessments, such as health or even stress factors caused by new climate conditions, for example, such as heat stress or drought. Also, we try to collect ground truth data in order to validate and calibrate the data which is collected on board of different platforms, such as satellite and drone. In order to support our farmers, we try to also convert or let's say derive the homogeneous management units with different yield potentials. And then in this way, farmers can base their decision-making on this, let's say, homogeneous management zones. We are also involved in joint educational programs or capacity building projects. For example, we are one of the partners in this TERRATECH project. We are also providing practical training and internship, which one of the topic of this presentation mainly focus in this, let's say, a student internship or graduation projects in the fields of geoinformation and precision agriculture. We are also providing different, let's say, field visits for our students, for different, let's say, stakeholders in our, demo or model, demo farms or model farmers. And together we do this with our, in a partnership with our, let's say, model farmers, as well as our research stations with the university partners. This is just to briefly mention, this is a list, some of our projects. As I mentioned, we are a partner in the TERRATECH project, which we are very pleased with this project, and also we are involved in the practical settings, and mainly the students of this 9-month master course. Hopefully, they will come at the end of their, let's say, study to Netherlands for the practical insights. We are also doing drought monitoring projects in the eastern part of the Netherlands. This is a project funded by the Dutch government. We are also involved as a partner in the Smart Agri-Hub project for with the Polish hub in developing a sort of online decision support system for nitrogen fertilization. And we are working also, or still in our SpectroCam hardware and software is a sort of camera. And we have actually integrated on board of this, let's say, camera, two optically we integrated two sensors, the RGB camera with a spectrometer, which has more than 2,000 spectral bands for use for field data acquisition as well as drone data acquisition. This was a short introduction about AgriWatch, and now let us focus in our this internship project, which was the title of this, the focus of this presentation. This project is very interesting one. It's called a Smart Solutions Semester. It's a sort of semester in the Saxion University of Applied Sciences. And in this semester, within this Smart Solutions Semester, which we call it 3S, there is a focus about remote sensing and soil measurements, considering the new climate conditions. For this, we developed this project, which was mentioned. And the objective of this 3S program or project is, which is actually an interdisciplinary research project. And in this project, we are working with a group of 6 students of their 3rd or 4th year career. And within this project is quite innovative and creative. And as I mentioned, it's a multidisciplinary, and the students are from different study programs. As you may see, the goal of this 3S student project is mainly internship. They are working in their, let's say, a graduation thesis with us. They have one tutor from the University of, from Saxion, the University of Applied Sciences, and also one supervisor and one advisor from AgriWatch. And within this project, the students are working with different stakeholders in order to understand our user groups, and of course the crop issues, which is rather complex problem, like the effects of drought or heat stress on maize crop or grass. This is quite challenging, as also mentioned this morning. They are doing a number of field visits, interviewing the different stakeholders, including farmers and agri-advisors or agricultural contractors, and of course collect the required data and or information. And they will do analysis of the collected data, and then of course the whole idea is to apply what they have learned already during the past courses in practice. So in AgriWatch, we are having actually as a main client for this project a sort of advisory role as to the content, and of course this supervisory on model-based image analysis of remotely sensed images for precision agriculture. As I mentioned, we are working currently, 6 students are working from different study programs. As I mentioned, this is a sort of multidisciplinary program. So the background of the students are from 4 disciplines, as is shown here. We have a student from archaeology. We have 3 students from creative business, media, information, and communication. We have 2 students from civil engineering and 1 student from international business. The main research question for this group of students is how to engage and cooperate with farmers, developing a sort of digital tools, including web portal, to manage complex crop issues within site-specific, and of course to offer remote sensing technologies, including satellite, drones, and ground sensors as a solutions. And of course, the main idea here is how to engage with farmers, how to incorporate their feedbacks or expert knowledge into this remote sensing image analysis and processing of the remotely sensed images. This is a sort of poster which gives a background information about the field visits which we had with this group of students. So within these 3S programs, they had some already exposed to the field conditions. Visited a dairy farmer, one of our model farmers in the eastern part of the Netherlands. As you may know, most of the farming in Netherlands are family business. And to visit the milking, robots, their office spaces, how they are using also the technology, their equipments, their machineries, their plots of maize, excuse me, and grass, and how they are, what are their management practices in order to grow crops, and what are their main interests. At the end of the day, for example, with this farmer, the message was quite clear: to make the cows happy. So for us, it's very important about the quality and quantity of the crops or the harvested product, in which it goes to the stomach of the cow. So, and if the crops are, for example, like maize, are affected by heat stress and they are, let's say, full of fungi, then if the quality or the quantity of the crops is reduced, then the cows are not happy, as well as the farmers. So this is a clear message from a local farmer here, that to make sure to have a good insight or overview of the required extra information needed by this farmer. And regarding the management practices, how the things are handled, and what is really the gap or extra information needed in this case. This is a sort of general step-by-step guide developed to really go through this semester with the students. Still, there are 2 more months to finish this project, and we are quite excited about the results. The things so far so good. I'm not going to discuss this in detail, but there is a clear planning for supervision and advisory boards to go with the students step by step, and there are milestones already defined when the students should deliver what, and then actually they have already formulated a sort of plan of approach for this project. As I mentioned, this is a sort, so there is 6 students working on this, and clearly they have already defined a sort of task division among themselves in 3 main areas: into the data acquisition, into a design for this, let's say, platform, as well as the marketing insight for presenting the results. So already there is a clear task division among the students for which hopefully to deliver the required products by the end of the project. As a sort of conclusion, so far, and what is in it for the students and for AgriWatch as the main client for this project. So for the student, there is a good opportunity to gain relevant professional training let's say, to have a market insight, practical training. So the students from different disciplines, as I mentioned already, from 4 different disciplines are working together in a group. This is very important. They have a very good collaboration and cooperation based on the defined tasks and activities to handle or to tackle the challenges, these specific crop issues. And the main focus for them at this moment is on the maize crop and actually the effect of the heat stress and the droughts caused by let's say in the past few years, in 2018, 2019, and 2020, we had a severe drought condition here in the Netherlands, actually in the Central Europe, as you know, that, but especially in the eastern part of the Netherlands, because our main challenge here is the sandy soil. In some areas, like this farmer study area which I showed, is up to 3 meters sandy soil, which is a rain-fed also maize. It's really challenging situation. And so the problem in this case is partly known, but needs to be analyzed, and a solution to this problem can be found by combining different insight disciplines, as well as in terms of the technological different platforms, satellite, drone, as well as ground sensors. And in AgriWatch, hopefully we are interested in the added values for both students as well as for AgriWatch, in which we can capitalize on the work done by students, and of course to increase our productivity and marketing products. And this is really an interesting opportunity to have young, talent work on our complex, let's say, crop issues. And of course, it's very important here to mention, as our experience in this practical training, that the student also reminded us that we have to concentrate, let's say, on the marketing as well as the business cases. This was a very interesting, added value for us. So that is my presentation, and thank you for your attention. And yeah, if there are any questions or remarks. Albert, back to you.
Thank you very much,
You're
Ali,
most welcome.
for your presentation. And as we said, there's time for questions to Ali regarding its presentation. There's a question from Fruit. Dr. Ali, do you think that technology is approaching students to agriculture?
Yes, I strongly believe this. Although these students are their background is not agriculture, they are mainly from the technology part. They has, if I mention, their agricultural background mainly came as to their family, their grandparents, 2 of them, or relatives. But now they are exposed to the real agricultural world, and to be honest, they are quite interested, especially combining the technology like drones and smartphones tools, because for these web portals, in order to engage with farmers and communicate with farmers, we have to develop not only a web portal, sort of wiki knowledge portal, but also tools like apps at the farmer side, in which they can communicate with the web portal. Then also to use drones and this sort of things, cell phones, a smartphone. this is also motivating for students. They are still on the side of the technology, but to really solve a real practical situation, how they can add values for farming, for in the smart farming domain. So yeah, that's, I think, yeah, it's a sort of eye opener, I would say. Yeah, for students to also do something, to do something for the society. I mean, of course, they can do many things, but this is a real challenging situation. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, that was really clear. That and it's promising that students from different backgrounds have this interest and apply different technologies and different knowledges.
Yeah.
The field that it's really ancient and it's really important. There's another question from Susana Carvalho. Do you feel that the companies are looking for this type of students?
What sort of I don't know what sort of specific. I mean, for our company, yeah, that was this is our first experience with this group of students in this sort of project. That's why I selected this topic, to also make a link to TERRATECH project, as also which we are involved in the internship part of this project mainly. But yeah, for our company, I mean, it reminded us also with the business case. Although, I mean, we thought, oh, what could be the added value of international business students or communication and media for AgriWatch. Mainly, we had internship from ITC in our domain, geoinformation science, to have a student from geoinformation science, or from agricultural schools. That is because to combine a smart farming with the geospatial technology. Mainly, we had focused to have students from these two main disciplines: agriculture, geospatial technology. But now we had students for the first time ever, from international business, from archaeology, from civil engineering even, and also communication and media. And this is really was eye-opener for us. Reminded us of we should also focus in other aspects like marketing, promotion, and also business cases. So for us, it was very good, and I would suggest also other companies to also look beyond the box, out of the box. Sometimes it helps.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Hope that
I hope I could I have answered the question.
from Susana. There's any other question? Yes, Susana says yes.
Very glad.
It seems that no more questions are.
You're most welcome. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your attention and interest.
Really, thank you, Dr. Akbar, for your presentation. And thank you for accepting the one of our keynote speakers.
Pleasure, a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So now we are in time. It's almost 1 minute to